Hey folks, welcome. Okay, I'm gonna double check really quick to see that I am live and it's functioning. And today I'm gonna do my infamous um, live on being a lighthouse, which I've been talking about for a couple weeks now. For those of you who don't know, my husband had an incident last week where his eye got into a little fight with a shovel and his eye lost, and I had to take him to the emergency room, which which happened kind of when I was planning to go live, so I didn't do it. Obviously, this is the beauty of owning your own business: is the business works for you rather than you work for it, and you get to not go live when your husband needs to go to the hospital, or your child is throwing up, or I had an incident once where I don't know what happened, but my dog cut her foot and there was blood everywhere. And I had to just cancel last minute my client so I could take her to the vet in an emergency. So that's the beauty of owning your own business, is you get to put your life first. If not, what's the point? So all right, so let's talk about what being a lighthouse is and how you get there. So the first thing, I think of a lighthouse and I think of being able to show up, standing tall, being bright, and essentially being the light in someone's journey when they're going through either a dark time or a tumultuous time. And I kind of feel like these times that we're in and that we've been in for the last year at this point are really requiring a lot of us to show up and be lighthouses. Lighthouses in our own lives, for our own people, our own families, but also lighthouses in terms of our business and our gifts, and really showing up for people and finding a way to lead forward through choppy waters, essentially. So before I get fully started in letting you guys know what this is about, for those of you who won't see the end, by now a lot of you know who I am and know what I do, but just keep in mind, if you feel really called, if you feel like you're ready to create something of impact, or to just level up your impact and really be the lighthouse you know you're meant to be, then reach out to me. I offer free Soulful Success breakthrough sessions. And I would love to talk to you and brainstorm in terms of where you're stuck, how you can get unstuck, how you can get moving, and how you can really create an authentic, aligned, impactful, successful business that supports you and supports your people. So if you're interested in doing that, you can either direct message me through Messenger directly, or you can put a hashtag brainstorm in the comment and I will get back to you. All right, so let's get moving. By the way, I'm trying something new today. I've got my notes and StreamYard on my computer at the same time. So hopefully my eyes are not going to go all over the place and make it more confusing. I'm trying to make this easier for people, but sometimes what seems to be easier is actually more complicated. All right. So let's speak a little bit as to what being a lighthouse is. And I think this is partially what I love so much about it, is I get to see it from two sides. So when I work with someone, oftentimes by the time they come to talk to me, they're stuck. They're stuck in some kind of choppy waters themselves. They usually know they're meant for more. They know they're meant to impact more. I'm seeing a comment, hello, Ilsan. I'm not sure who you are. If you go up above me, there's going to be a thing that says allow StreamYard to show who I am, and you have to click that and essentially allow StreamYard to show who you are. But I'm happy to have you. Hi, whoever you are. You can also put your name in there and I'll know that it's you. So when I start working with people, they know they're meant for more. They know they've got more to offer, but something's not working. Something's not working correctly, either inside, they're blocked energetically, they're hiding out, um, they're getting in their own way, or something's not working out there in terms that their work doesn't feel good, it feels too effortful, they're not getting the results they want, they don't have a compelling offer that people want to buy, or they're not attracting the right clients or making the kind of money that they want to make and that they deserve to make. So I get to see them being in that dark, choppy waters. And for you as a lighthouse, that dark, choppy water is going to change from based on who your clients are, essentially. Hey, Tracy, um, based on who your people are. So I get to work with them and I get to start seeing some clarity, some confidence arise, and for things to shift. But what's beautiful with what I do and with what a lot of you do is because I work with so many transformational leaders and healers, not only do I get to see them shift and become the lighthouse that they were meant to be and have the results that they want to, but I get to also see how they impact the world. So, let's imagine that you're working, I get to see the ripples. I get to see, um, yeah, how their people impact other people. And, it's a web. We're all interconnected. So imagine that you're working with moms, and maybe what you're doing with them is you're helping them find the resilience and the joy in the crazy thing that is motherhood, for example. So, of course, you're going to impact them directly as you help them find their ground, as you help them love their lives again, as you help them figure out, the flow of motherhood. But you're also going to impact everything around them and everyone around them. So you're going to impact the kids. Obviously, if mom is doing great, then the kids are doing great. You are going to impact their mates, their partners. You're going to impact their coworkers. You're going to impact how they drive. You're going to impact how they show up at Starbucks when they're ordering their coffee. You know, everything you do with them as a lighthouse is going to ripple out and impact the world. And that's what we need. We need a lot of lighthouses out there right now who are not just impacting the people or the boats, to continue the metaphor, the boats right in front of them, but they're also impacting all the people that these boats will come into contact with. So, same thing if you're working with someone who has a health concern or an autoimmune disorder, and you're helping them regain their vitality and their health, then obviously you impact them. You change their lives you transform their lives in a significant manner that's actually priceless. But you also impact everyone around them. You impact how they're going to show up in their lives. Hey, Nancy, you're going to impact how they're going to be able to play with their kids, be able to show up at work, be able to show up in their relationships, the things they're going to be able to do. So that's the beauty of being a lighthouse. If you work with writers and you're helping writers put a book out, the book of their soul, not only are you helping them achieve their dreams, but you're helping everyone who's going to read that book and be impacted by it. So the beauty of being a lighthouse is you don't have to do anything. When you think of a lighthouse, the lighthouse stands tall. It is what it is. It's really attuned to its own power, to its own passion, to its own purpose, and it just shines. And in the shining of what feels really powerful and alive for them, it's in that shining that they attract the boats. It's in that shining that they actually show boats the way to the shore safely. So being a lighthouse doesn't mean that you have to effort. It doesn't mean that you have to do anything. On the contrary, if you're efforting too much, then you're missing something. Something's not quite right. You're not grounded or rooted enough in your own passion. You're not rooted and rooted and grounded enough in your own light, in your own power, in your own innate brilliance in some ways. So by being you, as a lighthouse, you attract and lead people just by your own presence. A lighthouse doesn't get in the water and start swimming around looking for people to rescue. A lighthouse just stands there and shines, and people see its light, They know the light's meant for them. They understand what the light means, and they literally start moving towards the light, knowing that if they go in that direction, they'll find their safe haven. They'll find their way. They'll find their path. Excuse me. So, soulful success, being a lighthouse, is not about chasing. It's not about chasing your clients. It's not about chasing opportunities. It's literally about removing everything that stands in the way of you shining your own light. And when you do that powerfully, when you do that fully, that's all you need to do. You need to be visible, obviously. You need to shine. You need to stand tall. You need to be really attuned and anchored into your own passion. But that's all. That's all it takes, is for you to show up, for you to be visible, for you to claim what feels really exciting and what you're really good at, and to shine and to trust. It takes trust. To trust that the people that you can help the most will find your light attractive, will see your light, and they will come to you. So I'm not, like, for a second, imagine this. Imagine, you might even close your eyes if you feel like, if you're not driving, but if you feel like it, and just take a few deep breaths and imagine yourself standing tall. Imagine that you're a lighthouse. You're deeply rooted, deeply grounded in the ground, and in a power that's literally coming from the ground up into you. You're rooted in your own power, and that power flows, and it feels alive. It feels passionate. It feels connected to something deeper and greater than yourself. That inner light that you're sensing, that you're tapping into, it wants to be shared. It demands to be shared. And you can sense, as a lighthouse, that not only is it your right, but it is your responsibility to shine that light. And so as you take a few deep breaths, just feel into that. Feel into that passion. Feel into what feels alive, what feels true for you, what feels powerful for you. And that's what you're here to share. That's what you're here to do. Feel into something deeply anchored, like a light within you, a light beyond you. And that light is not afraid. That light is not afraid to share itself. It's not afraid to stand tall. It's not afraid to shine. There's a certainty in it. There's a trust in it that you're there to share something and to impact in a powerful way. When you think of being a lighthouse, there's almost a peace to it. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to effort. You just have to really connect to that light that is not only within you, but it is beyond you. And you're there as its channel. In some ways, you have something to offer, and it is your right and your responsibility to offer it. It is your purpose. And purpose oftentimes feels like passion. It feels alive. When something in your life, in your business, starts feeling not alive, then you almost have to let it go and find what feels alive again. Last week I talked about success, soulful success is love. It's a little bit like that. If it doesn't feel alive, if it doesn't feel like you have a passion for it, if it doesn't feel like love, then breathe, relax, let it go for a minute, and refocus as to what you need to really anchor into to be able to shine that light again. So a lighthouse is clear about its purpose. A lighthouse not trying to light up everybody's life. You don't see a lighthouse in a town be lighting up the streets and lighting up into people's houses. No, it has a very focused purpose. It knows that its job is to create a light and light the way for the boats in the water. If it was trying to light everybody's way, to light the roads, to light the houses, to light the restaurants, it would essentially be diluting its light. And it wouldn't be powerful enough to actually help anyone. So part of being a lighthouse is to know very clearly who you're meant to serve and how you're meant to serve them, and to focus that light in that way. The only way you can do that is to actually feel into yourself first and feel into what feels alive, what feels powerful, what feels fun, what feels like love again. And then to focus outward in a very distinct way so that you're not diluting yourself and you're not diffusing your light and your power by trying to serve everyone and essentially not doing that great of a job at it because you're trying to leave no one behind. And I think that's part of, the people I work with. If you're listening to this training live, um, it's because you are a transformational leader. It's because you have a desire to light up the world. People like you and I, we want to serve everyone. We don't want to leave anyone behind. And a lot of the time we can serve everyone. The problem is, and that for those of you who are entrepreneurs, the problem is when you try to serve everyone, because you're diluting your light in some ways, you're trying to appeal to too many people, you end up serving no one. Or you end up serving people who are not ready to be served by you. And so they can't actually appreciate what you're trying to offer them. They're not quite ready for it. And so the lighthouse focuses. It focuses in one direction, towards one person, and it allows that person to come to them rather than trying to help everybody else. So, soulful success, being a lighthouse, is a marriage of clarity and confidence. You have to have the clarity, like be clear who you are, clear what you offer, clear who you help, and clear how you help them. And focus on that and really shine strongly and brightly in that direction. And then it's confidence. It's being so grounded in your own power, so grounded in your own passion and what feels alive, that when you're really connected to that, you have the confidence to be visible. You have the confidence to speak with passion, and you don't care that some people are not going to relate to it or that some people are not going to like it. You're aligned and in tune with your own passion. That's all that matters. You have the confidence to trust your process. You have the confidence to focus on the people who need you and not dilute your work and your brilliance. You have the confidence to take courageous actions and step out of your comfort zone. When you are anchored into that power, into that light, into that responsibility to shine, and you really get a sense and a taste of how you can help people, this is your purpose, this is what you're here for, then suddenly it's like you find a sort of fearlessness, a sort of courage that shows up and really allows you to step out of your comfort zone and to serve powerfully, even if it feels scary. You're going to also find a confidence to ask to be paid for your time, for your expertise, for your energy. And that's not easy because, again, we don't want to leave anyone behind. So you'll figure out a way to not honor your people. You'll have the confidence to not honor your people and serve as many people as you can, but to also honor yourself. Because let's be honest, if you're a lighthouse, but you're not taking care of yourself, how are you going to shine? How are you going to serve? How are you going to help? So I think it's Derek Rydell who says something like, you can't shine your light if you can't pay the light bill. And it's funny, but there's a truth to that. Sharon, I'm glad that speaks to you, Sharon. In some ways, our conversation this morning is kind of what's making me passionate about sharing this. So know that you are inspiring this. And then I see someone, it just says Facebook user. Yeah, I need some courage. Don't we all? Okay, we all need courage. It's not just you. It is literally all of us. We all need courage. It's difficult for all of us to be that lighthouse, to trust in our own light, to trust in the direction that we shine, and to trust that people are going to come to us, and to trust that no matter what, even if some people criticize, we can handle it because we're rooted and grounded in something deeper and more powerful than just us, and in a purpose that's deeper and more powerful than just us. And that's the last thing, is like, when you are a lighthouse, you will have the confidence to work through your fears. You will have the confidence to actually face all the bullshit that's coming up in your mind that's keeping you stuck. You will have the confidence to release and dissolve all these blocks so that there's energy trapped in all these blocks, in all these limiting beliefs that we hold. When we can face them, when we can dissolve them, when we can love them back to wholeness in some ways, then all the energy that was trapped there becomes available to us, and we're able to shine even brighter. We're able to have access to our own inner light, to our soul, to source, to spirit in a deeper, greater way, and we're able to serve in a deeper and greater way. So this is part of our responsibility as lighthouses, is to find that courage and to find everything within us that is actually getting in the way of that courage. Any belief that we have that we're not good enough, we're not worthy, we don't have anything to offer, that people don't want what we have, like all the bullshit that I hear every day when I work with clients that I have experienced myself, is to find a way to move through that and to release that so that we can stand tall and we can shine. Um, I'm looking at my notes, see what's next. Yeah, I mean, one thing I put in there is the concept of effortlessness. So I work with a ton of entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur. I've been at this for over 15 years. I have friends who are entrepreneurs. And the last thing I will tell you is that it's easy. The last thing I would tell you is that shining your light, being seen, being visible, calling the right people, your ideal clients to you is easy. That releasing all those fears, releasing all those blocks, releasing all the wounds and traumas of childhood that makes us feel small, that all of that is easy. None of it is easy. And yet, when you anchor into what you are meant to do, what you are here to share, there is an effortlessness that shows up. There is a trust that shows up. And so a lot of what I do with people, not only do I help them get all the gunk out and get some clarity and figure out exactly in the direction that they want to go and move energetically through all the blocks, but I also get them to be excited about what they have to offer. Once I started getting really clear and excited about what I wanted to offer, what I felt I had some real gifts in offering, it became easy to show up and do this and talk to the weird little dot on my computer and look at all these comments and know that some people are going to get something out of this, and those who don't relate, that's okay. They'll find their way to something else. It became, well, maybe easy is not the right word. It's never easy, but a lot easier, a lot less effort, a lot less struggle. So when you are a lighthouse, when you are anchored into what makes you shine from inside, there's a lot less struggle. And there's a lot more trust and a lot more certainty and a lot more flow. And as a longtime spiritual seeker, so I've been a meditator, I've been a spiritual seeker, I've been an energy healer for over 20 years, since I was a teenager. So as a longtime spiritual seeker, as an emotional freedom alchemist, like that's what I want to do. Whether it was as a therapist, as a healer, as a success coach now, like what I want to do is I want to help people alchemize and transmute things and get unleashed and liberated and be able to shine and share their gifts. I care the most about bringing magic into the world. I care the most about helping soulful magicians shine their light and getting lighthouses to earn the money that they deserve to earn. Because this is what the world needs. The world doesn't need a bunch of old, greedy people having all the money. The world needs lighthouses to have the money so that they can light up the world. Because when lighthouses have money, they share it. They do great things with it. And the only way that lighthouses have money is if they're putting their gifts out there and they're asking to be paid for them. So no excuse, no shame, just really showing up fully, authentically, powerfully, so that we can not only light up our own lives, but light up the lives of our clients and light up all the lives that they will impact. So, recap. A lighthouse is grounded. It's grounded in yourself. You're grounded in yourself, in your own light, in your own passion, in your own purpose. And you're also grounded in something bigger than you. And a lighthouse is able to shine powerfully and sustainably. That means everything. It means like self-care. It means being paid well. It means having boundaries. It means making sure that you are taking care of yourself as much as you're taking care of others. It means all those things. If not, it's not sustainable. And your job as a lighthouse, your responsibility is to shine sustainably. Because the moment you stop shining, there's all these boats out there who are going to crash because they don't know where to go. And they don't know how to maneuver choppy waters. A lighthouse doesn't go searching for people. It just is so anchored in its own self and its own brilliance and its own passion that it shines, it's visible, it is willing and available. And in that willingness, in that availability, in that visibility, people come to it. That's essentially it. This is my message for today. Find what you're most lit up about and light up the world with it. And light up the world with it in a way that feels like love, that feels like passion, and that is sustainable, meaning you're getting paid for it and you're getting paid well for it. And if you want help with that, if you know you're meant for more, if you know that you're not quite shining to the degree you could, that you're dimming yourself, or that you're not being efficient or effective in how you're shining your light, if you don't have a clear offer, if you're not clear on who your people are, if you're not clear on your process, reach out to me. Let's have a free session, a Soulful Success breakthrough session, and let's figure out where you're stuck and how to get you moving, how to get you going. You can put #brainstorm in the comments. You can DM me. I love to talk about this stuff. As you can see, I'm kind of passionate about it. You're very welcome, Nancy. I'm glad, Sharon. Sharon says, I felt the energy and released the blocks from this morning. Time to regroup. Yes, time to regroup. Sharon Buck, energy healer, sound alchemist. She's got so much to give. And yeah, your responsibility is to show up and shine your light bright and not give up. You're very welcome, Tracy. Okay, guys, so if you want to talk with me, if you want to chat, #brainstorm in the comments or send me a direct message. It was really amazing sharing this with you. Lighthouse training, long time coming, but here it is, and I'm sending you all some love. Bye, guys.